Another Bengals moment with Mo Egger.
After a week off, it is yet another Bengals moment on 700WLW.com and ESPN 1530.com. I'm Mo Egger. The Bengals are coming off their fourth straight win, 34-12 over the Seattle Seahawks at something called CenturyLink Field. The Bengals now 5-2, and yes, harboring legitimate playoff hopes. It's four-down territory. Okay, I will admit, I thought the Bengals would win 5 games all season, much less 5 games before November. I am pleasantly surprised. But what they've done, and this is to their credit, they have changed the narrative of the season. Look, this year was supposed to be about development, how we felt about this team in the hands of Andy Dalton, the chemistry with A.J. Green, and also watching for other players, Jerome Simpson, Andre Caldwell, Jermaine Gresham to emerge and get an idea of how we felt about the direction of this franchise moving into 2012. That's still the case, but now we've got a season on our hands. The Bengals are, believe it or not, in the middle of a playoff push. And so now, and I think this is a lot more fun as a fan, instead of figuring out how things are going to fit in 2012, which we can still do, we have got a playoff race to size up and some meaningful football games for the Bengals across the last 2 months of the season. I didn't see that coming, and likely neither did you, but that doesn't make it any less fun. All right, so on Sunday, the Bengals beat yet another crappy NFL team. The Seattle Seahawks are abysmal. Their coach inept, and their offense is piss poor. Let's go with that. Stop apologizing, though, for who the Bengals are beating. In the NFL, it doesn't matter. And I've said this before, it's not college basketball. There's no NFL playoff selection committee to impress. There's no RPI, no Sagarin, no strength of schedule metric. We don't have to worry about the Bengals finishing strong and, doing well in their last 10 games. All that matters is that you win enough. To this point, the Bengals have. I think 10 wins is going to do it in the AFC. The conference is down. I don't know if the Bengals are going to get there. They've obviously got a better chance than we thought at the beginning of the season. But it doesn't matter who they're beating. All that matters is that you beat the teams you're supposed to play. And the Bengals are doing that. Good teams take bad teams and beat them. The Bengals are getting better every week. The margins of victory are getting wider. Yeah, true, the schedule's going to get tougher. 5 of the next 6 games are against teams that have winning records. And the Bengals' wins this year are against teams with a combined record of 12-25. But they're not going to give them back, and you as a fan shouldn't feel like they have to. All that matters is that you win. The Bengals are doing that. The magic number is usually 10. Cincinnati's got to go 5-4 in their last 10 to get to that number, and it doesn't matter who those wins come against. A lot of things stood out about the Bengals' effort on Sunday. I think namely for me it's the fact that all 3 phases of the game produced a touchdown. 2 big punt returns, including Brandon Tate taking one to the house. They got a defensive touchdown. This team is finally starting to force some turnovers, and then obviously Andy Dalton had a couple of TD throws as well. But the thing that stood out to me, and I think it's become the hallmark of this team so far this season, they've gotten production from deep down on the depth chart. They went to Seattle, tough place to play. They played without Cedric Benson. They played without Jermaine Gresham, and they played without Ray Maualuga. 3 key components to this football team, and the replacements all thrived. Bernard Scott was steady. There was a Donald Lee sighting, and the Bengals got good play from the linebackers, even if Ray wasn't able to go. It's the one thing I think you've got to give Marvin Lewis and his coaching staff the most credit for, taking a team, short and different kind of training camp window, lockout being what it was, this team's draft history being what it was. They have assembled not just a couple of superstars, but a team. And they're getting contributions from some of the unlikeliest sources. That's what good teams do. That's what the Bengals have done. All right, so now it gets a little bit tougher. Tennessee's got a winning record. The Bengals go there on Sunday. Pittsburgh 6-2. They are here a week from Sunday, and then after that, the Bengals have to go to Baltimore. Let's look at the game on Sunday. The Tennessee Titans have twice gotten throttled, once at Pittsburgh, the other a week later against Houston at home. They bounced back with a kind of a less than convincing win over the Indianapolis Colts, but a win nonetheless. Matt Hasselbeck has kind of re-energized himself. Unfortunately, around him, he's not getting all that much help. Chris Johnson has been a bust. after holding out this summer. And defensively, the Titans do some things well, but they still give up a lot of yards, 19th best in the league. Their wins, with the exception of the game against Baltimore, don't overwhelm you, and they lost to the Jacksonville Jaguars at home. This is a Titans team that, yes, at LP Field, can be had. I think if the Bengals played the way they have over the last 4 weeks, they're going to win. Now, I'm not going to be stunned if they lose, but I look at these next 3 games as going into survival mode. You can't go 0-3. You can probably go 1-2 and 2-1, and you're in Fat City. If this team wins on Sunday, it greatly takes the pressure off the next 2 games after that. I say they've got a really good chance to go to Tennessee and win. Hell, I'll take a stance. I say the Bengals beat the Titans. They'll be 6-2, and we'll be looking ahead to a huge game against the Steelers next week. Thanks for checking out this week's Bengals Moment on 700WLW.com and ESPN1530.com.